Wholeness means to me being in a state of joy.
Wholeness means feeling complete, owning my authentic gifts.
Wholeness is really connected. Everything is connected to everything.
Wholeness is where we have access to all parts of ourselves.
And now, here is Karen Crawford to give us some ideas about what the stars have in store for us this month. If you want to know more about how the heavens impact you, reach out to Karen at karensmithcrawford.com.
Hello, it's Karen Crawford, your friendly astrologer with the Wholeness Network for the month of November. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to share my screen and we'll get started. We have a very interesting month coming up for us. Just to highlight, we have a full moon, Mercury going retrograde, Jupiter going retrograde, a new moon later in the month with Saturn going direct, and then Mercury going direct. So the entire month of November pretty much is going to be Mercury retrograde because we have the shadow before and after, which will be interesting. And just to highlight gratitude, because it's so important every day to recognize gratitude in our life, but November seems to be that month where people can really mindfully set that intention and hold it, which is beautiful. So our full moon in Taurus is going to happen November 5th at 8:19 Eastern time. So you can change that to where you live. And the full moon is going to happen with the sun in Scorpio and the moon in Taurus. So Taurus gives us that grounded, practical, reliable, routine-oriented energy where simplicity and safety are valued and cultivated. Scorpio is kind of more this naked honesty. There's intensity or drama. Power issues can come up. So one of the things we can do with this full moon, because this helps us, the moon is reflecting the light of the sun. So it helps us be more aware of our emotional self. So recognizing where we might be complacent or falling asleep at the wheel of our life and where drama can be simplified in our lives. We can examine the balance between resisting change and allowing change to happen, or holding on to things and letting go. Taurus also invites us to come back to our bodies and ground. So this is a great time to eat yummy food, spend time in nature, get some body work done, like somato emotional experiencing or rolfing or Reiki or whatever sounds good to you. Or you can even just do rituals that help you feel safe and connected. This full moon will be a super moon because the moon will be the closest to Earth, as are the next couple that are coming up. So it's going to be a very, very bright moon. So if you have to walk your dog, maybe stay up a little bit later to watch the moon rise because it will be very pretty. And another thing I see in this particular full moon is that we have Mars at 0 degrees Sagittarius, directly opposite Uranus at 0 degrees Gemini. This combination of Mars-Uranus can be a big one. So it's a marker for speed. Sometimes we can rush. So just being mindful of accidents. And then there's also the possibility of like seismic activity, because this is a very powerful combination. Sometimes we can get like a shocking truth with Uranus and Gemini. We also see Venus is in a square relationship to both Jupiter and an out of sign square to Pluto. And Jupiter-Venus is a really nice combination. It invites us to experience the abundance that is there for us. It's sort of this combination of indulging and loving the food you're eating, loving your partner, just feeling warm and held and taken care of. The Venus-Pluto can bring in intensities to your relationships, passion, allowing the depth of a relationship to transform you. So there's something about diving deep into your emotions and feelings with this full moon. And what's interesting too is Neptune is at 29 degrees. It's going to basically be at 29 degrees until it shifts into Aries in January. So this is a great time for us to finish up anything with our dreaming, our consciousness that we want to transform before Neptune embarks into Aries coming up here shortly. Moving on to Mercury retrograde. So there's a shadow week 2 weeks before the actual illusion of Mercury going retrograde. We know from a geocentric perception, it seems like the planet moves backward, but of course it's not. We see Mercury going retrograde at 6 degrees Sagittarius for 19 days and will end November 29th when Mercury reaches 20 degrees Scorpio. It'll go direct on November 29th. So we have that. So again, just check your emails before you send them out, check your texts, think before you speak, get to the airport early. Don't forget your dry cleaning. Drive your car with care and not be texting, right? We also have Jupiter going retrograde, and Jupiter will go retrograde at 25 degrees Cancer for about 119 days. This will end this spring in March in 2026 when Jupiter gets to 15 degrees Cancer. So all y'all who have a birthday in Cancer mid July on, earlier, like mid to early July on, you're going to get a double dose of Jupiter, which is nice because Jupiter is opportunities, blessings, faith, optimism. So while Jupiter goes retrograde in the sign of Cancer, we can think about the relationships that feed us and how we're grateful for those. Maybe even giving yourself grace in the places where you might feel guilty about things. So Jupiter gives us that chance to kind of tuck into how do we feed ourselves and nourish ourselves. And if we find we're lacking somewhere, it's a great time to kind of brainstorm. And then as Jupiter goes direct again, we can kind of put those into place. We have the new moon in Scorpio, November 20th, 2025 at 1:46 a.m. Eastern time. And Scorpio is a great time to look at your relationship to trust. Rachel Botsman wrote a book about trust, and she's a well-known speaker, and she defines trust as a confident relationship with the unknown. So if you have a high trust level, you can navigate uncertainty. And it seems like a time in the world where things are pretty uncertain right now because we're in this huge transformation as the USA has experienced its Pluto return. All these things are happening with the planets, and Pluto in Aquarius has really been true to its history of really shaking things down and potentially burning things down in the way for something new to be built. So vulnerability give us opportunities to learn, and figuring out how do I cultivate trust with others, with my own self, with things I tell myself or do with myself. Adding in Mercury to this new moon, so both the sun and the moon with the new moon are 28 degrees Scorpio, we see the Mercury right there, and I really feel like that's talking about our perceptions, how we communicate, how we can have that honesty where we take a look in the dark. And so new moons are great times to set intentions where we can maybe pick a truth that we want to work on, maybe look at ways we can be more honest about things or more clear in the reality, or maybe cutting down things that, taking that groundedness of the Taurus energy we just had the new moon, or the full moon with, and bringing that into the feeder for having that confidence and the safety to explore things that are kind of like dark and scary, which people associate with Scorpio. I think it's also interesting that we have this beautiful trine relationship between the moon, sun, Mercury to Neptune and Saturn over here at the end of Pisces, and then Jupiter. So we have 6 planets that are all connected by the trine, which is this incredible love feeling. It's supportive, it's something that's like has an ease to it. And we also have Uranus in a sextile to both Jupiter and Saturn and Neptune. So it just feels like this particular new moon would be a really good time to set that intention for, because I know that I trust that the universe has my back, because we live in a universe that is benevolent and I believe the consciousness of love, we can do those hard things. We can trust that the uncertainty is going to work out for the best of everything. And the last thing we have this month to talk about, Saturn will be going direct at 25 degrees Pisces. Saturn's been retrograde for 137 days. Saturn's our great builder. He's our timekeeper. He's making us, he's big, we're doing our push-ups and our sit-ups. We're doing the work we need to do to build those muscles. So as Saturn goes direct in Pisces, he's going to be catching up to Neptune in Pisces. And then they're both going to meet at 0 degrees Aries, February 20th, 2026. And we'll see what happens with that. Everybody's talking about it. So we'll see what happens. So it's a good time to, so again, like that Pisces energy is the compassion, the dream, the vision, transcending our consciousness, transcending our ego self, bringing that forward into building something new that takes courage, that takes us into this spiritual warrior aspect. So we'll see what that ends up being. And so I wish you all an amazing November, and to bring in that feeling of gratitude, looking at places where we can build the trust, to build our resiliency, to know that the universe has our back. And I hope everything works out well for you. Much love. So take care.
Hey friend, it's Shalene
and Michelle, and we're excited to tell you about our Wholeness Library membership.
It's a vast library of videos and holistic tutorials with experts around the world who teach everything from energy healing to Reiki to chakra work, mediumship, guided meditations, and more.
With our Wholeness Library membership at just $5.55 a month, you have access to all of that online, plus monthly live Zoom meetups and our app for learning and healing anywhere, anytime.
No pressure, just love. Try us with a free 7-day trial membership, and you can cancel at any time.
Come to thewholenessnetwork.com and enjoy everything from A to Zen.
See you there.